Hi, I'm Hugh Grant from Paddington and Notting Hill fame, and I'm here today to tell you fine Nostalgic Front listeners, or NFers as I'm heard you're called, about a very special chonky cat named Zero, who you can follow on Instagram at perfectboy, PURRFECTBOI. Zero is a 4-year-old dumpster baby turned chonk. What does that mean? I have no fucking clue, but as I said, in the criminally underrated film About a Boy, based on the novel by the same name, Nick Hornby, and inexplicably directed by the guys who made American Pie, I'll find the key is to think of a day as units of time, each unit consisting of no more than 30 minutes. Full hours can be a little bit intimidating, and most activities take about half an hour. Taking a bath. 1 unit. Watching Countdown. 1 unit. Web-based research. 2 units. Exercising. 3 units. Having my hair carefully disheveled. 4 whole units. It's amazing how that day fills up, and I often wonder, to be absolutely honest, if I'd ever have the time for a job. How do people cram them in? In other words, use some of your units of time to follow at perfectboy on Instagram. And now these 2 idiots from Iowa are going to pay me $35,000. I love America.
Oh shit, we don't have a theme song.
Oh shit, you're right. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, like, do we have time to buy something?
No, we just have to riff.
We're gonna just riff it?
Oh shit, it's the Nostalgic Front, a podcast from Patrick and Ream. We like movies, TV, and games, junk food, juice boxes, forgotten things.
Oh wow, that was adequate.
Yeah, that was like pretty good.
Yeah, are we just gonna use it for every episode?
I think we should. I think we have to.
Thank you for listening to the Nostalgic Front. I am Brandon Ream.
And I'm Patrick Hasty.
You sure are.
You sure are.
I'm not. I'm Brandon Ream.
But you sure are Brandon Ream.
Aren't I, though?
You are. How are you, bud?
I'm great. I'm Brandon Ream.
You are Brandon. I'm great. I'm Patrick Hasty. What's wrong?
Nothing.
You upset?
No, just like having a goof.
Yeah, we love
fun.
having a goof.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yep.
We've been doing it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw it on recording day, Facebook Memories. I saw that 2 years ago today, we recorded that episode in my bedroom with Gideon that got deleted.
Yeah.
Was that our first ever actual attempt?
Ooh, boy. Outside of us riffing about commercials?
Yeah, I think it was. Because the idea of doing it at my place was like, that was wild.
Yeah.
We got a dog and a cat.
Murphy just...
yeah, he was there the whole time. He's in the photo. He's laying on the bed.
Yeah.
But that was 2 years ago today.
Wow.
And now here we are on the cusp of a centurion.
Really?
Well, I mean, we're almost at 100.
Those were cool toys.
What, the centurions?
I never had one. Yeah. They were these 3 guys that, of course, they were dudes.
Yeah.
But that had like these super suits that got shot down to them by like a remote satellite going around space. And one of them's for flying, one of them's for underwater, and then the other one is just for blowing shit up.
Nice.
So it's like these Iron Man suits.
Is that what today's fun size is about? Let me see. I'm trying to feel you out. We're doing one of those. We needed a term for this.
Yeah.
I think we should. I think there should be because we like to brand things.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of those episodes where at present,
we like brands too.
What do you mean? Oh, like McDonald's and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or Wendy's
Spicy Nuggets. I still can't believe we weren't kicked off the fucking internet for that Surge horse shit.
Surge is back. It's okay.
Surge is great.
Surge is better in your memory, man.
Surge is in Pen 15. I raved about it earlier this week. Why don't you tell me? So this is one of those episodes where, at current time, me, Patrick Hasty, co-host of the Nostalgic Front podcast, I do not know what we're going to talk about yet on this episode. You do.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm boned up.
Listeners do.
I'm all boned up.
Everybody knows but me right now. That's fucked up.
You're a fucking idiot.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
And so, there's gotta be a name. I kicked around one size because only one of us knows, but that doesn't make sense. Fun size secret wars. Cause we do this from time to time when we need to bank some fun sizes, and I like doing these. Ooh, his eyes are closed. He's coming up with a pun. Let's see. Pun size.
Show and tell?
Show and tell. Well, I don't think that describes what it is, but that is an idea for a future thing.
This is my horsey. Nay.
What?
Millhouse.
You know we started, right?
Oh, we did? Shit.
This is my horsey. Nay. Hey, this is my horsey voting against women's. He's a Republican. Nay. Right? It's not my horse anymore.
That's why
The dark web got him.
That's why you don't want horses in Congress.
Yeah.
The nays always have it.
Totally. Write
Yeah.
that down. Okay, so we'll figure out a name maybe at a later time if this isn't it. You know what? Maybe we'll find it for next week's episode.
Yeah.
Next week's Fun Size, which will also be one of these. So your idea, the timer. You want to explain
outs.
what we're doing there?
Oh, 35 minutes.
So we don't end up in one of those situations where I'm talking about Doctor Who for an hour and 70
Exactly.
minutes. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
So what we're going to do is when you're ready to start the actual fun sizing, I'm going to pull up an alarm on my phone and I'm going to set it for 35 minutes.
Okay.
And when that fucker goes off, we're going to hear like a beep, ba-da-doop, ba-da-beep, bop, bop or something. Mm-hmm. Then we're done.
Okay.
Goes to plugs and we're out.
Awesome.
Regardless of where we're at.
Sounds great.
Cool. So you want me to do that now?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to set an alarm. Okay. So this is set for 35 minutes. And now here we go.
Okay.
You have the floor, Doctor. I don't know what we're talking about still. Are you going to you got pranking in there? You got to try to trick me?
I'm
or
not a pranker.
You're not a prankster.
No, No.
You know who is a prankster? The Offspring, the original prankster. Are you doing the Offspring today? We're going to talk about Ixnay on the Ombre. We're going to talk about Smash.
No, but certain people's offspring were involved in the making of the thing I'm talking about.
Oh, well, that could be literally everything, though. Everything was created by somebody's offspring.
Not everything.
Here's a sentence you'd never hear.
What about God?
Here's something you never hear. My grandfather died at birth.
I'm sorry to hear this.
Yeah, right? Because nobody would ever be able to
Birth,
say that.
Wyoming.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
It's a town in Wyoming.
Oh,
called
is that
Birth.
real? There's a town in Montana called Hell.
Really?
I don't know. Helena?
Can you get there in a handbasket?
Okay, so I am at this moment, a couple minutes in, I'm still lost.
Yeah. No, we already did a Lost episode. I think it was 93. It was a great episode. Go back and listen to it if you haven't
93,
already.
great year.
Uh-huh.
I was going into first grade.
But no, this is a topic I've always wanted to do on the show, but you don't know jack shit about.
Oh, is it the game systems? The You Don't Know Jack games?
No.
You Don't Know Jack. Remember
But
that?
it has come up quite a few times on the podcast, and it's I think it's kind of like how when people start talking about emo music,
Yeah.
for me, and you like,
Yeah, I zone out.
no, you love talking emo with
Yeah.
people, and then I'm gone.
Yeah.
But this is
Are we doing emo?
no, Elmo,
Elmo.
yeah, Elmo music.
Remember Elmo, that weird dude that used to come to open mics in Des Moines?
No,
He was a maniac. Tommy Morgan Jr. would remember him.
But here you go. This might be a little hint.
Okay.
Right up top.
Oof.
Oh man, you really
That doesn't do
you
anything.
really don't know anything, huh?
No, that doesn't give me nothing.
That is the opening credits to Final Fantasy
oh.
for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Boy, you really threw me off.
Did I?
You started talking about emo. I literally thought we were going to go into like metal of some music. But Final Fantasy, okay, yeah, let's do it, bud.
Let's hash it up.
Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out, bud.
But no, the original Final Fantasy for Nintendo,
Number one.
yeah, was like blew my mind
Yeah.
as a little kid.
When did that come out,
I
you
loved
know?
it. It came
Era?
out in like 86.
Okay.
But we didn't get it in the States until like 89 or something like that because it was the JRPG genre or whatever.
Yeah.
Like RPGs are supposed to be like too hard and too smart for the American market, or at least that's how the Japanese thought back in the day. So we never got like these games at the same time they did. We were always a few years behind, which was really weird.
Would you mind if I read the Wikipedia?
Yes,
Just to stay in.
I would totally mind.
I've pulled it up here on my cellular
Okay,
phone.
here we go. Go ahead.
Final Fantasy is a Japanese sci-fi media franchise created by Hironobu Sakaguchi and developed and owned by Square Enix, formerly Square. The franchise centers on a series of fantasy and science fantasy role-playing video games, RPGs, or as you mentioned, JRPGs. The first game of the series was released in 87, with 14 other main numbered entries being released since then. The franchise has since branched into other video game genres such as tactical role-playing, action role-playing, massively multiplayer of online role-playing, racing, third-person shooter, fighting, and rhythm, as well as branching into other media, including CGI films, anime, manga, and novellas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty big effing deal.
That's interesting. And you were in from the get-go. You got in with that first game for Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. I was probably 4th grade, so
Yeah.
I think maybe like 89, something
Sure.
like that. I was all about that game.
Wasn't the first game, it was kind of like knights and stuff?
Well, most of them are, but it's also got like, it has like, I guess you could say steampunky things in it from the go.
Yeah.
Because the first game, you can play as knights and mages and wizards, but you also have like an airship. And there's robots and time travel.
Yeah, see, that was the always confusing thing to me. Because I feel like, so like Final Fantasy 1, we had it on Nintendo, and it looked like that type thing. I'm showing him a little screenshot I found on the internet. And that's what I didn't like. To me, that was, my brother loves a game like that, but I didn't like a game like that. But then I see later on, like, wasn't there a Final Fantasy movie that was like spacey and stuff? And it's all like,
well, I mean, there's
slick?
There's like 15 different ones. So, I mean, they're all set in different worlds. So they're all different things.
I see. They're all set in different worlds.
It's pretty much like a reboot. It's like an anthology almost, where they do this big, giant, epic story on a different planet almost every time. Because Final Fantasy VII, arguably the like most popular and famous of the entire series.
Is that the PS2 one that's a double disc?
It's PS1.
Or PS1, I mean, but it's a double disc. And it's like a white case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that, and I think it was important that I had that, but I never played it.
Oh, yeah.
Because have we talked about that, how I did get a PlayStation for a little bit? I got a regular PlayStation once I was like a kind of older, like right before the PS2 came out. I think my mom bought it at a garage sale maybe, but I only had 2 games. I only had Metal Gear Solid, the big Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation, the one where you could be like, knock on the wall, and it was like, what was that noise?
Yeah.
You know? And then I had the Final Fantasy, and I never played the Final Fantasy, but it was like cool that I had it.
Well, that one for PlayStation, Part 7, and the first one for Nintendo are like 2 of my biggest like nostalgia things. Like just the music gets me all jacked up, which they both are really well known for their music. I know Final Fantasy has the guy that composed all their music. They do like live
concerts and
all
stuff
the time.
Oh, cool.
In Japan and stuff. And they tour here.
Oh, that's
They've
good.
done tours as well. And then there's tons of little bands that cover everything as well.
Yeah.
But, part 1, though, man, it was great because I didn't have Zelda either.
Yeah.
And this is like doing the same thing that people always talk about Zelda having done, because it's, as far as Nintendo's concerned, it's a huge, huge world.
Yeah.
You know, and it's wide open, and you have to explore, and it takes forever to beat the fucking game.
Yeah.
And
you figure you did all that.
yeah, and on top of that, what's cool is when you're playing it as a 9-year-old, especially on Nintendo, is like you get to use your own imagination.
Yeah.
And build up. Patrick doesn't know how to drink.
I just spilled
Coffee
fucking everywhere, and I didn't even know it.
I didn't either.
I took a drink, and then I looked down, and I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Can I borrow that paper towel you got under that? Nice Spider-Man coffee cup, by the way. You spilled too, though. We're fucking everywhere. I'm glad we're knocking this out before our guest gets here.
Totes.
Gets all this shit out of the way. Okay, sorry. So open world, and as a 9-year-old.
Yeah, like I make up my own backstories for.
Oh,
because you
cool.
pretty much create a character in the game, anyways. Cause it's not that deep, but it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
You know, as far as Nintendo goes.
So we had Zelda. And that was a huge deal because Zelda was super expensive.
Yeah.
And it was the gold box, like the gold cartridge and everything. And we had that. So my brother, when I say a lot of times I'm just talking about watching my brother play.
Me too.
But my brother played that a lot.
Those are good games to watch for little brothers.
Yeah. So my parents.
Zelda, a lot of little brothers.
Yeah.
Vicariously beat Zelda and Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Like there's things I recognize and know that I never touched the controller.
I would play with my brother, but like, me and my brother would play together.
Yeah.
But he'd control it.
And every once in a while you could make a suggestion and be like, ooh, what about that?
Well,
remember that thing's back there?
I'd get like my one mage in his party.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'd be like, I want to use my fire. And he'd be like, no, you're going to attack right now.
That's funny. This is not too sad of a story. I mean, it is a sad story, but so we would play Zelda at home. But then we had these cousins. They were it was my dad's cousins, a guy or a woman and her husband, and they were family friends. They were the same age as my parents, or a little younger. But we would go to their apartment. They had an apartment in Glenwood, which is so weird because nobody lived in an apartment in town. But we would go there, and they had Final Fantasy. And so I remember that's where we would go, and then like they would play cards. The grown-ups would play cards, and my brother and I would play their Nintendo and play Final Fantasy, and we did that a lot. But then those two were killed in a car accident. So that's kind of like where my Final Fantasy drops off.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we never had the game, and then I didn't even know they were still doing them until that PlayStation game came out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Super Nintendo ones weren't that big.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Final Fantasy 2, 3, 4, 5. There had to be a bunch between 1 and 7, right?
That's interesting, but I'll get to that. The first one, I can remember I bought it with birthday money.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Toys R Us.
Oh, I love it.
Back when they had that big, long aisle, their Nintendo aisle.
Yeah, yeah.
They just had a fucking Nintendo aisle. And the cover of Final Fantasy is like just like a world with a axe and a hammer behind it.
Yeah.
And so, once again, for a little kid, your imagination goes running.
I'm going to chop down so many trees.
And then the instruction booklet's like a giant map you unfold.
Oh, yeah.
And so it has all this extra shit that's just awesome. And the music's great in it. Fucking
I heard the Jingle Jangle that you just played, is that from the first game?
That's just from the opening.
The opening of the
crawl,
first game.
But like just everything from like this is one of my favorites. Deep in a cave.
I feel that.
Latoya's cave, and you're just running around.
I love this kind of music.
Oh yeah,
I love this weird. What's that called? The 8-bit music.
Chiptune?
Chiptunes. Yeah, that's what our theme song is.
And their music for chiptunes is great. And of course, yeah.
Do you remember when the internet, when like GeoCities and stuff was popping up, and there was a bunch of those sites where you would just get like popular songs, but MIDI'd like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it'd be like, I remember I had "Follow You Down" by Gin Blossoms, but it was like do 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 do. Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Okay, keep it going. I like this. This is fun.
But what's funny, like I said, how Japan was way ahead of us in making these games and of course
releasing
buying
them
and playing them. This is I didn't know this until later because we didn't know this as kids, but Final Fantasy 2 and 3 came out in Japan, and we never got them.
Oh,
eventually we did.
Yeah,
for the
but
Famicom.
not around that.
And then we got Final Fantasy 4 and 6 on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But they're actually called Final Fantasy 2 and 3.
Here they're called 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But over there they're actually the 4th and the 6th version.
Yes.
That's similar. Didn't they do that with like Mario's? They kind of did that where like they released that original Lost Levels got released.
So I
in
grew
Japan.
up loving Final Fantasy 1, playing a little bit of the Super Nintendo ones, but I never owned a Super Nintendo, so it'd be like you'd spend the night at a friend's house. They'd go to bed early.
Yeah.
You'd start a character.
Well, first of all, you go into their mom's room, you sniff some stuff, you know, you really start finding out what it is, and then you go back and you're like, well,
she's got all the best Bath Body and Beyond candles.
Bath Body and Beyond.
You go in there and be like, it does smell just like firewood.
Yeah, totally.
Wood.
You're like, this smells like liquor and lavender.
It doesn't smell like firewood. It smells like firewood wood.
Oh, like firewood.
Wood.
If you were to light it.
Flannel and mustache wax.
Wood smells like what firewood smells like if you don't light it on fire.
Which wood?
Did we just write a tongue twister?
No.
Nah, we didn't.
You can't write a tongue twister. You have to say it.
Can you do any tongue twisters? Sorry to take time away from your thing, but
no, it's all
how
right.
much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Can you do that one? Mm-hmm. Say it.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
But a woodchuck can't chuck wood. But a woodchuck could chuck wood. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Whoa.
I don't know if that's, like, is that cool? I just saying words fast. What about seashells by the seashore to see six sailors? Is that like a hard thing to do?
No.
I can't say SHs, so I struggle with it, but. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. How many pecks of pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick?
Yeah, so anyways.
That was the worst fucking 40 seconds of this podcast ever.
Yeah, like, so I only played on a, where, you know, your friends.
You're visiting, and you get it for a night,
And you never get anywhere with it. So it was kind of crazy.
Same with your friend's mom.
When
you never get anywhere with her. You
Yeah.
try.
Uh-huh.
You're like, hey, Bernice.
Oh, no, we go to Bath Buddy.
Yeah.
We have a Bath Buddy
You are
beyond.
good at these tongue twisters.
Yeah, but
That's why she didn't want you.
that's one of the reasons why Final Fantasy VII
Sure.
was so cool to me.
Now, was that actual Final Fantasy VII in there,
Yeah.
like in Japan
Yep.
too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it seemed like Final Fantasy was gone forever. Now all of a sudden it's on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And it's a triple disc.
Yeah. Updated.
Fucking
looks
thing,
good.
And it's got and it's part 7.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it basically went from like 1, 2, 3 to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we didn't have any knowledge of why all of a sudden we were on 7, but
Yeah.
we're on board. And oh man, that game is like, if you think about everything else that's out at around that time, it's so like I've actually been playing it this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they just re-released it for they just released it for Xbox
Yeah.
for the first time, and it's just really cool how much they're able to get out of it, like to really make it feel like a real lived-in world, even though it's just a 20-year-old video game.
Yeah.
And like the way they're able to stretch out the NPCs to like be active and do stuff.
Yeah. Did they do when they re-released it for Xbox? Are you saying they updated the graphics and stuff
No.
too? No. Okay.
No, it's
It
just
it feels
it's just a report of the 20-year-old,
like an emulator.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yep.
cool.
But it's just never been on Xbox.
Have I talked about how I'm playing Banjo Kazooie like that right now? I'm just playing
that's a rare find.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing a just like the same game.
No,
it's not been updated.
They've been it was rumored for freaking ever that they were going to remake Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
The fans were clamoring for it, and then they finally announced it like a few years ago that they're going to make it, but it's just taking forever.
That feels like something that would have already have happened on like Game Boy Advance or something.
Yeah.
I feel like all those Game Boys had like all those reboots of those original games.
Oh, they did. Well, another reason why they could use a reboot or even just a good polishing is it's all of the characters have some really old polygon like bodies.
Yeah.
So it looks really dated.
Like reboot?
But the story, but worse.
Yeah.
But,
That's fine.
But the story is great.
Tell me the story of Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy VII?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you have main characters? Do you have like stars of them and stuff? Okay.
Basically, they're trying to make a Star Wars movie in every Final Fantasy game.
Okay.
More
Is it?
or less.
But it's not always the same characters.
It's never the same
characters.
It's a completely new story, world, setting, and battles. Like they completely change.
Are they connected? Is it
Not at all.
But not.
There's a couple themes in
Are
there.
they connected? Like it's the same universe?
No.
Okay.
Just thematically.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be an airship.
Yeah.
There's going to be a guy called Sid.
Yeah.
There's going to be
See, if there's a guy called Sid in every game, that feels like it's connected.
but it's just a guy with a name, Sid.
Oh.
Like one game.
Oh.
One game, Sid's the president.
It's just a connection.
The next game, Sid's an astronaut.
I see. Okay.
You
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Okay.
Like there's no just.
Is that because they're huge fans of sudden infant death syndrome? You think?
I don't. No, it's with the C.
Oh, okay.
You silly.
Okay, I didn't know. Silly.
But,
hey, silly infant death syndrome. That's something. Okay, so what is Final Fantasy VII's story then? If it's like a Star Wars, I love a Star Wars. You know.
All right. Well, it starts out you are a ex-soldier.
Okay.
That's fighting with an eco-terrorist group that's trying to take down a corporation.
When is this? What years? Or is it? Does years not matter because it's
not,
another world?
Yeah, it's just it's some kind of futurist place where people have swords and guns and lasers. And,
I don't know what they'll fight World War III with, but
So-
World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
and words.
Yeah, but they'll never hurt you because I'm rubber and you're glue. I think Albert Einstein said all that.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Is your eco-terrorism,
And you're
group
trying to
take
bring down the
this-
man.
bring down the man, and then all of a sudden it gets bigger than that because some guys that was genetically engineered finds out that he was genetically engineered and that his mother is the last of an ancient breed. So he goes on a homicidal rage and he starts killing everybody. And then you slowly, spoiler alert, you find out that the main character is actually just a clone of somebody that died years ago when he was fighting with. It's yeah.
Damn, I
like
like
I said,
that.
these games got like 40-hour gameplay.
Yeah.
But
What do you think? I was recently on a different podcast that I don't know if is out yet, so this isn't burning nothing. But when you play a video game, do you want to have to be married to the story like that, where you're paying attention the whole time?
Back then, I really ate this shit up.
Yeah.
And
for instance, you play Halo, and you're kind of paying attention, but you could listen to music when you're playing Halo. You could have the volume down and not really give a shit and still figure it all out.
Yeah.
But you play Batman Arkham Asylum, you can't do that. You have to be watching and paying attention the whole time.
Yeah, it's funny because I loved these games growing up, but nowadays I don't really like the drawn out stories in a game as much.
I guess
Maybe because they're just too cinematic now.
Yeah.
I mean, cinematic,
exactly, and they're so long.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know.
I don't mind it if it's like I mean, sorry to beat the drum of it, but Spyro. What I liked about the story in that is that like like at the beginning there's a big thing that tells me what's happening, but then I'm kind of off and running, and every once in a while there might be like a little feature that's like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But it's not like a thing where every time I do a thing, that's why Spyro 2 is
Like
my least favorite, because they
old
do that a
Grand
lot.
Theft Auto versus new Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Where like new Grand Theft Auto, it's like a very involved story, and then old Grand Theft Auto, it's just like the story gets pushed along with your missions.
Yeah. And that's what I want. I want to be able to, I like a story that's inferred. Maybe that has to do with better creation, but I also think it's just like that's what people are going for.
Oh yeah.
But I mean that game.
But also, I mean, to a degree, you can get way more connected to a lot of these characters than you can like some in movie. You know? Like
Especially
like this crew from Final Fantasy VII. A lot of people have like very strong feelings about all of the characters because they're, you spend 40 hours with them, and then one of them dies.
Yeah.
Like one of the main characters in the Final Fantasy VII. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah,
especially
totally.
Back in the day, 1996.
You're not used to a main character.
Luigi comes back every time he dies. Or like another cool thing about when that first came out, Part 7, is there was cursing.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it was PG-13 cursing, they're still saying hell, and damn,
hell,
and
damn, ass. Yeah.
And then they'll have the symbols instead of fuck in there too. So little bit of edge.
Yeah, that's fun. You're right with that. I was just watching, not kind of connected to this, but like Star Trek The Next Generation. And I think it's wild. Tasha Yar gets killed off in like the fucking 15th episode of the first season. And I'm just like, can you, I guess maybe that's more common today with shows like Game of Thrones and stuff. But it's just so weird to think of a person.
It wasn't back in the day.
No.
Nope.
It's weird to think in 1992, the show, she was a pivotal role in every single episode.
Yeah.
And then 13, what I don't know for sure the number, but like within the first season, she dies. And you're like, fuck.
That's the Lost effect. Lost in Sopranos.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
We didn't have death.
Yeah.
Before those shows came along.
Not like that.
All of our TV characters were immortal.
Yeah.
Fucking Patrick Duffy came back because it was a dream.
Yeah. It was all a dream. That's Biggie wrote a song about it.
Yes.
God damn. Okay, so then what do you think of the ones after that then? When 7 comes out and that's your heart and soul. Wasn't Final Fantasy X a big deal?
Yeah. It was it was the first PlayStation 2 one.
Yeah.
And it was the last one that used the older battle systems.
Okay.
Which I guess it's kind of weird. I'd much rather play the older ones where they're a little bit more clunky, but I think the fights are really like involved because they all use like they're pretty much Dungeons and Dragons models, where it's like you attack and it's basically doing all the rolls for you and it tells you everything there. And I like those fighting systems. After you get past 10 is where, I don't know, I think they get a little bit too modern for me.
Okay.
And then, I don't know, I can't get down with modern games, I guess. And I think I have enough nostalgia. You definitely need a decent amount of nostalgia blinders to go back and play a lot of these Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's all like menu-based attacks.
Which is not at all. If I had that nostalgia connection.
That was an acquired taste in the 90s when I was trying to sell friends on how awesome Final Fantasy was. And they're like, what, you You don't attack? It's like you do.
Yeah.
It's not like any of the other attacks in a Nintendo game are much more involved than this.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of strategy. Like, you'll be in some boss battles that'll take like freaking 10 minutes.
Yeah, and that's just not that's why I didn't gravitate. I tried to play not too long ago. I know I talked about it on the show when I was doing it. I had that Super Nintendo emulator on my computer.
Yeah.
And so I went back and tried to play Zelda, the first Zelda for Super Nintendo, whatever game that was.
Link to the Past.
Yeah. And while I enjoyed parts of it, so much of it just felt so boring to me.
Really?
When I could go play
That's
Super Mario World, where I'm constantly doing stuff and I'm in it and I'm doing things and I feel like I'm really building.
I think those games are just so on par.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just
Link
how
to the
I
Past,
was. But,
I feel is just timeless.
but I just can't. I have such a hard time.
But yeah.
But if I had if those cousins wouldn't have been killed, and I maybe would have gone over there 5 or 6 more times and played the game myself a little more, I might have that nostalgia connection that would have implanted it forever.
On top of that, I have like a Final Fantasy VII. You can see it's so reflective of its time because it's full of teenage. It's perfect for teenage angst.
Yeah.
That's what the main character is, a fucking 19-year-old kid that shrugs at everything.
Yeah.
He's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And like,
Hey, baby, just like Spyro.
And I'd be stuck at home, grounded.
Yeah.
On a Friday, playing.
And he gets it. What's your character? It's your main character in Final Fantasy?
Cloud.
Cloud fucking gets it. Cloud knows.
I mean, and listen to these themes, man.
Yeah, let's hear it. I love the music.
This is when he's sitting around. This is during a flashback, and then it gets played a lot later when he's talking to his childhood friend about what they want to be when they grow up. And there's stars in the sky, and they're sitting at a water tower, and it's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, it's all about
that's like a whole steady song.
It's all about rediscovering yourself.
Yeah.
And like your past and how to handle it, and just a lot of good themes that are timeless.
Yeah.
Just like the game. Oh, and while we're at it, one of the coolest things is like I said, people fucking love this game, man.
Yeah.
And there was a concept album, a hip hop.
Oh shit!
Concept album made
based on Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII.
7 especially.
Yeah, so
okay.
It's really fun to listen to this album because it pretty much plays through the story of the game, which again is a great game.
Yeah,
and great story. So a lot of people get like attached to it. But do
you have any of that?
You ever heard of Mega Ran?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the bigger. Like in that MC Chris crowd.
Totally the backpackery.
Yeah. But it's great.
Are these themes from the show? Okay. That they're lifting as beats?
Yeah. It's so good, man.
That's great.
That's a great concept album too. It's kind of reminds me of Proto Man.
I don't know that.
Oh, they're like a prog metal band that's all Mega Man themed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you've played them on the show. I think you played them on the Mega Man episode then.
Oh, I probably did
because I do know that song. Yeah, I do know. I've heard that. Goddamn! Did you ever get to go back and play all those Japanese games that were never released in America?
Yeah, they all re-released them on the PlayStation, and those games I like going back and replaying more than any of the new ones.
Yeah,
just because
they're kind of new to you still.
Yeah, and it's there's a real charm about how big of a story they're able to tell on such on what they have.
Small devices,
Yeah,
small
like
chips, and
the fact that there is a Super Nintendo game out there that's going to make you genuinely care for the characters in it, and they're going to be defined characters too with a good story.
Yeah.
I went back and played Part 6, which is a lot of people's favorite in the series. It's also Part 3 for Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
All
I get
that
it.
stupid,
I get
confusing
it.
stuff. But I played that like 4 years ago for the first time and freaking loved it. And all these games are on the phones too. And
Yeah, so you could have them as like
for about $10.
mobile games.
Yeah, and they work really great mobile games. I've beaten Part 1 on my phone so many times.
So
To the point where I'm now doing it with like half of my party's dead.
Oh.
So it's just me and 2 guys.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what about, I pulled up here since you're talking about this, and again, I didn't know beforehand, I just pulled it up right now during the show, but we got these, the films and stuff like that. Do you know anything about these? The film and television, there's like a thing called Legend of the Crystals from 94. Do you know about that?
I never watched, I think I watched one of those once, and those are just straight up traditional anime.
Yeah.
That,
because this one, The Spirits Within, I remember that being in the theaters and stuff.
Yeah, that one got the big release.
Because
it's got a big cast.
Yeah, fucking what's her name from Roz from
and it was a little bit too sci-fi
okay
in there. I mean, it was fine. It was whatever. It wasn't great.
Yeah,
they did and they did a Part 7. They did a full film sequel to Part 7.
Advent Children. It looks like.
Yeah, that. People love Part 7.
Yeah.
There's been like 5 spin-off games. That movie. Cloud's a character in the new Smash Brothers. He's been in,
that makes sense.
Cloud's been in everything. Sephiroth's been in everything.
Do you think him and Fox McCloud, do you think they ever fuck around?
Oh, yeah.
They'll be like, hey, LOL.
Oh, they fucking better.
Do you think they bang? Nah, probably not.
No.
We don't need to cross the streams.
Across the live streams.
There was 2 movies that came out in 2016, Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy, 15, and Brotherhood, Final Fantasy 15. Do you think those are just associates with the games?
Yeah, Part 15. Because like I said, they have these, they're all these completely different worlds all upon themselves. So when they release a new Final Fantasy, they have all the support games that come out with it that are set in that world.
That's cool.
You know?
So like the new Xbox game might be fancy and look like a new Xbox One game, but then they might release like kind of a smaller mobile game that's in that universe. That's cool. Yeah. That makes sense, and that's a good way to do it. I think that's a good way to be,
especially now.
Could you imagine? This is a thing I was thinking about. So maybe this has been done, but so Mario 64, right? That's a huge game, and it's all 3D open world and stuff. Would it be cool if you could also buy that same game and you're doing the same exact things, but it's all side-scrollery?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're fighting similar bosses at the similar times.
I've seen they got these new, some kind of fucking software that turns 2D games into 3D games.
Oh,
have you seen any
no,
of this?
but Miss Garrett loves it. 2D?
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, but I've been seeing this with like they've been doing 3D renderings of Mega Man.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So where you can see it from the front and everything, where everything's got like depth.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
But
like it's all the fan stuff.
Yeah.
Which is one of the coolest things about being into old video games is the fan community around them is awesome. Like all the hacks, and ROMs,
and how they redo like
homebrews, and
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's that thing that in Spyro 3, I think there's one level where you find basically one of the people that run this level are like nerds and they love video games, and they're like, so when you come in here, it might be a little different, and you go through the doorway, and then it's a side scroller, but you're using the Bianca the kangaroo. But it's like totally different than the rest of the game. And then you beat that and then you go back and they're like, did you have fun? Isn't that cool the way it used to be? And I just loved that playing through now. I can't imagine what it would have been like if I played through that on a regular PlayStation in 2000. I'd have been like, oh fuck, this rules, you know? I like that a lot. Okay, so did you,
I love anytime they throw old school video games into a video game.
Yeah. Well, like when you play Turtle...
What game is it?
One of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle PlayStation 2 games, I think it is, it has a system in it where you can play Turtles in Time, the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah.
And then like, what, Animal Crossing? You get a Nintendo and Animal Crossing, and it has like 5 regular Nintendo games, so you could fire up Animal Crossing
the game
and
where
then
you
play...
randomly wind up in Pitfall?
No, but that's funny.
God, it's really annoying me now. I think it might even be like a Smash Brothers.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Level where
I don't know a lot
everything
about
just
them, but that'd be fun. I haven't played any Smash Brothers. It's like a whole universe that's out of my,
Probably past now.
Yeah. I'm also mixed with...
The ship's probably sailed on that because I think you really need to be able to play that game with like friends.
Yeah, and they're gone.
Yeah.
All the friends have left us.
Yeah, well...
It's just us in a room talking about fucking Final Fantasy now.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn. Now, okay, so the stuff is still happening, and they are still really popular. You just personally aren't getting into like Final Fantasy 15 and stuff like that.
I played some of 15.
Do you still play them? You still buy them and support them?
It's too big and too wide open now,
Yeah.
and that's the same problem I have with a lot of those other games.
Yeah.
When I play a newer game,
Yeah.
is it's too wide open, and then I just get
Overwhelmed
with that
almost?
direction, I just wind up with lack of direction. I wind up playing something else. Oh. There it is. That was my final word.
There you go.
On Final Fantasy.
God damn. That was I feel like that was concise.
Yeah.
That's great.
I unpacked all my shit.
Turn off. Okay, there we go.
There you go, Patrick. Why don't you tell the NFers where they can find you?
Well, you guys can find me on the internet at Patrick Hasty. That's at PatrickHastie, PatrickHasty.com for all upcoming shows. Now, listeners, you guys, we talked about it on Monday, but I mean, I've been at the Week of the Creek. If you're listening to this the day it comes out, tonight I have a show at the Creek in the Cave at 7:00, and I got 2 more left. I highly suggest come out to Jackknife Comedy this Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Ream, you're going to be on the show.
That's right.
That's exciting. And then, there was one more thing. Oh, I want to plug, remember I'm going to be in Minneapolis, April 12th and 13th. So that's just like 2 weekends away. So definitely if you have any friends, NFers in Minneapolis, tell them about the shows, because I'm trying to really do something fun there. Reem, what about you? Where can they find you?
Oh, well, you can find me at Reamcore.
ReamKore.
On any of the internets. That's right. That's where you'll find me. Also, second Friday of every month, we got House of Bricks Comedy at Precious Metal. It's going to be a great show again, so come down and check that out. Also, as far as the show goes, make sure you check out our Instagrams and everything. Follow
and
the
thank you,
front.
Thank you to everybody. I know this has been a weird little transition period, but we promise it's all for the better. You guys are going to get a much better quality product coming out from you now that we're on with this new system. So if you're like, where the fuck's the podcast? Why can't I find it? Check our Twitter. All new episodes, this is the thing I'm committing to, all new episodes will now be available to listen to on our YouTube, just because that's a failsafe. If we have an issue with our feed or our RSS, they're gonna be on the YouTube for you to listen to.
YouTube?
iTube.
Oh, good.
And we only have like 5 subscribers, so maybe if you guys want to go subscribe to that, I don't know.
I bet, we are 2 of them.
Oh, yeah, and I have a couple YouTube accounts, so maybe we're all of them. But yeah, you can always go check on there, and we're trying to get our back catalog on there. The Patreon is always going to be there for you. We love you guys. You guys are doing so well, so helpful for us, whatever.
You don't even have to. This is all free, so we love that.
It's so wonderful to be able to make a major decision like what we did where we left one platform to go to a different platform. It was so exciting because we could only do that because of the Patreon.
I love going from one platform to the other.
You love it.
That's like Mega Man.
Nintendo, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 2. It's like Final Fantasy, baby.
No, there's no platforming in Final Fantasy.
But I mean, like, the platform
JRPG.
is the video game system. I'm saying the Nintendo was a platform, the Super Nintendo's a platform, the PlayStation is a platform.
No, those are consoles.
Okay. Podcast, tell your friends, be cool.
Okay, yeah.
Never die. And remember, if you're not an NFer,
you're an MFer. So get the fuck out of here.
That was fun.
Welcome to BrainMachineNetwork.com.